Welcome everybody. My name is Alberto Montresor, for some of you who doesn't know me. It looks to me that most of you are Italian, but there are a few names that look like foreign. So if some of you is not able to speak Italian, just write a personal message through the chat, okay, to me. So just to understand who is there, okay? Second of all, the first thing that I'm going to show you is actually this website. And so let me share it because, yeah, this one. Okay, let me go back to this. So you could see the website. So this is the main the address is the main thing that you need to see today. So the again this address, and then you can find there the teaching and distributed system 2 part. So you will see that you find a schedule page with a timetable. So we are meeting on Wednesday and on Thursday, and through Zoom. And in the main page, you can find a link um, to a Google Doc that can be accessed only through the UniTN account with permanent Zoom links. So the same link will be used every Wednesday and every Thursday for the rest of the year. I'm not still pretty sure about the lab, but we'll see, okay? Otherwise, we will put other links in that document, okay? So as you may have read, the course is Distributed System 2, so I'm assuming a little knowledge about Distributed System 1. So one of the questions that every year I get is Distributed System 1 really necessary? Yes, but a few parts of it. So for example, the concept of consistent global state that you can find in this paper here, the concept of replication that you can find here, and so on and so on. Okay, and okay, so I was telling you about the dates. So you will find here the next few dates. So the idea is that because my calendar can be subject to reorganization, it is possible that I have to change some of the lecture. So although I have a plan for the rest of the semester, I put only the next few days, okay? And then you can find the slides that usual format, handouts and slides for those of you coming from the University of Trento, and then videos. So differently from algorithm data structure, for which I had all the videos already recorded, here I have some of them and not all of them. So using the approach that I'm going to use with iPad, I only have a couple of them, but we will substitute them in the next days. I also have a lot of old videos, like for example, videos talking about a replication that is not covered in this directly in this course. And so distributed transaction, rollback recovery, these are not topics covered. So I will leave this part here, okay, for those who are interested, but very old approach, very different way of recording and so on. And then you can find textbooks, which actually there are no real textbooks, because the idea is that at the end of each piece of slides, you will find the original papers or surveys that are containing what I've covered in the lecture. okay? But if you are a book guy, this one is probably the most similar book that I can point to you, okay? There are a lot of other books. You can find them if you happen to go to Povo in the science library, okay? Let's see, there is a questions. Um, okay, so Konstantin is asking if every lecture going to be recorded because there are some overlaps. Yes, every lecture is going to be recorded. I really hope to not screw the recording. This is my only problem because sometimes I mess up things, but also with your help. So if you don't see that I'm recording, please remember me. I'm going to record also on the iPad just to be sure, but you know, I'm pretty messy guy, and sometimes for example, yesterday I was using the wrong microphone. So now I should probably check, but I really hope that you are hearing me well through this, okay? But if there are problems, let me know, okay? Because better to um, recover early, and even if the recording is not perfect, we go on anyway. Okay, what else? There will be a lab which is not given by me, is given by Antonio Bucchiarone. Okay, starting mm, around the end of September, first lab, and then more or less one lab per week, depending on our other meetings and stuff like that. Okay, the lab will be based on software based on Java called Repast that is used for agent simulations. So the idea is that it will be done using a simulated environment because I actually tried in the past, but it was quite complicated, giving you a real bunch of machines. It's going to be difficult, so we are using a simulation. Okay, what else? Exams. So the final grade will be given 50% by the lab project, by the lab projects, yes, exercises, and 50% by a final oral examination, usual style. So I'm going to ask you to explain the main concepts of the course without a lot of focus on the details. But I really like to see the main concept well explained. Okay. And that's it. So I guess unless there are questions. So before going on, some discussion about the interaction protocol. So you will see already in this um, in this lecture, which is an introductory lecture, you will see that I try to force you in as much interaction as possible, okay? Because that was my style, especially with how many are with 28 people or 25 people, as soon as maybe some of you decide not to take the course. So with 25 people, you can do a lot of interaction, and it can be a really nice course. But now I have a problem. So this is why actually recording both the slides and the Zoom session, because my idea would be to put the lectures all together, so also with my face and maybe with your faces in a Unity and protected Google Drive or something like that. And the lectures without interaction, if I can, with a little editing, I put them on YouTube or something like this. So now all of you as, let me check, yes, all of you as the video switched off, which is okay. But if you want to switch on the video, that would help me understanding what is going on. As I said, I will try to protect as much as possible your privacy. And as interaction style, the idea is that you can use the chat whenever you want, as Konstantin was doing. You can use the chat to say, I would like to ask a complex question, I don't want to write, I would like to use the microphone. Please feel free. Or you can send a question and we're going to answer and maybe discuss about the question. So don't let me be alone here in my room that I'm quite bored. I guess you are as well. Okay. I really need to hear from you what is going on. From the point of view of interaction during the lab, that could be more difficult. It's going to be a big mess in algorithm data structure because it's huge. But maybe a single channel here with discussion with Antonio, and maybe sometimes Antonio and me will be enough. On the algorithm data structure course, they are already setting up a Discord server. So if you want a Discord server, wait a moment. Let me see if it works on the other side, and then we'll see. Okay.